Now I gotta ride or die.
So a massive thank you to the guys at BOTB. They're actually sponsoring today's video. BOTB give a car away every single week to a guaranteed winner, and they have over 150 cars available to win with tickets starting at just 85p. As well as brand new cars, they also have 2 classic Escorts, which I would absolutely love to win. The ticket is valued to the car or a cash alternative of £44,000. They also have a Mark 1 Escort RS 2000, which is just, again, over £2 to play with a cash alternative of £40,000. So to be within a chance of winning this Escort Cosworth, head over to the link in the description, grab yourself a ticket for just over £2. You could be within a chance of winning one of these fantastic cars. Again, massive thank you to the guys at BOTB for sponsoring today's video, but let's get back to the action. Welcome back to the channel, guys. It is incredibly hot today, but we have a super exciting video for you guys because we're making progress on the 106 GTI build. Now, I say build very, very loosely because it is incredibly hard to find the parts I actually want for this. There is a lot out there. There's a lot of terrible 20-year-old bits as well, which is such a shame. But thank you to Tom, a subscriber from the channel. He actually came through and offered me a few parts, and I went and collected them yesterday in the car, went over to Southampton on the ferry and grabbed these parts. So super excited to start. We won't be putting them on today, unfortunately, but I want to show you guys and sort of reveal exactly what I'm going to be doing to the car. Exciting for me to go down this route with this car. Although we have the RS3 sat here running the 520 brake horsepower with the AT Motorsport turbocharger, the VT 500 RS, over 500 horsepower, vehicle wrapping center coming in with the wrapping. This car is insane, so I didn't really want to go down the route of going insane on this car because I want to keep it naturally aspirated. I want to keep it fun and revvy in that sort of sense. I understand there's a lot of people out there be like, why don't you take K20 swap it? Why don't you throttle body it and stuff like that? I want to keep it natural as possible, but gaining power down the road. I already have a slightly powerful build, which is this car, so we don't need to go down that route. For me, enjoying it on B roads and stuff with this car. So that obviously meant I sat down and started thinking about what I actually wanted to do to this thing. Now, of course, the head gasket going meant that I could actually sit back and really understand and build in my head what I wanted for this car. So we have a few parts today that I want to show you guys and sort of reveal the plan for the 106 GTI. I'm sorry I haven't brought it to the channel a little bit sooner, but due to workload and stuff, I wasn't able to go and collect these parts. Trying to outsource a little bit of work, it takes a long time to do stuff like this. So we are smashing the 106. So excited because mostly the parts that I have to get now are actually literally at a shop down the road. I can go and collect them off the shelf. I'll break it down as much as I can with the idea of what we're going to do to the 106 GTI, and what you are going to see in the next couple of months is not going to be overnight, because trying to build one car and the Series 1 and the GTI, it is one big nightmare, but it is super exciting. So I'm going to go through exactly what I got from Tom yesterday and show you guys exactly what's going to come, and let you guys understand that this is not going to be a fire-breathing, spitting, turbocharged 400 horsepower car. It's going to be the naturally aspirated 150 horsepower, 140 maybe, car that I want for the British B roads, especially on the Isle of Wight. This thing is so much fun, and I don't want to force loads of power through it. So what I've done is I wanted to go down the naturally aspirated route. Now, the first thing was to pick up a new head, because I want to initially send this away and try and get it polished and ported. Now, this is where I need your guys' help. I need you guys to get at me on Instagram, Facebook, anywhere you can. We need to find someone that can polish and port this head. Again, this is slightly budget build. I don't want to go and spend crazy money on it. So I'm looking for someone that can polish and port this head, maybe in the south of England, but I can post it wherever. I just want it polished and ported because at the end of the day, I think if I'm going to put a new head on this car. I want it to breathe a little bit better. So polish and porting is an old school way of getting more power, especially out of these naturally aspirated 1.6 litre 16 valve engines. It will be a very, very easy way to get a little bit more power out. So if you know anybody that can polish and port a head on a 106 GTI, get at me, Jamie FYD. Now this means that polishing, porting the head and the new exhaust system, you know, the new manifold that we bought for this thing, I could actually go and get the Scorpion exhaust system. So basically a Pug Sport that I wanted for this car. So we have the rear section here, I have the center section ready to go in the car, and we have the manifold as well ready to go in the car. So this was the final piece that I needed, and it's a really, really good condition one. Again, I didn't really want a brand new one because of, you know, budget and stuff, so I found this one from Tom, and he bought it for his Saxo VTS, but he never went through with the build. So this is going to take pride and place replacing, see this tip, replacing that rather large tip on the back of the 106. I wanted to go for a little pea shooter style exhaust that the Pug Sports come with. So really, really happy with this. The Scorpion exhaust system sounds phenomenal on these. I'm really, really excited to see what that's like. But that's probably going to be the last thing that we put on this car. The exhaust system is going to be one of the last things we're actually going to be able to do, because there's a lot of other things I actually want to do underneath this car, especially before this goes on. Now lastly, you guys may have just seen in the back of the shot there, we have some cat cams. Now these are getting a little bit more power out of a naturally aspirated engine or turbocharged engine or anything that you could ever want. Now these have done a slight turn in a car. That they've been sat for a little bit, but they are in very, very good condition. I think the engine these came out with had about 1,000 miles on it, so not too bad. But for second-hand parts, I'm more than happy with that. It doesn't break the budget on the 106 GTI build, so I'm super happy with that. We'll get a little bit more power out of these. I think the quoted estimate on these cams is around 5 brake horsepower, but I have seen people pushing more than upwards of 10 to 15 with cams in a 106 GTI. So although I'm not going for big power in this car, I do want to throw these in just to give it a little bit more Laris, a little bit more revvy action from that 1.6 litre. So breaking the build down, we're going to polish and port this head, clean it up, skim it, and put it on the car. We will then be changing all of the gaskets, the head gasket, all that sort of stuff, and then we'll be putting the cat cams in. Really, really excited to see how these sound and how they rev and everything with the GTI lump. And coming under the bonnet, just going to walk through exactly what's going to happen underneath here, because a lot is going to change very, very soon. We have the VTS cam covers or rocker covers right here, and we have this induction kit. Now I'm going to actually replace this induction kit with a bigger cone filter coming down, because I want to move a lot of this engine bay around. We are going to go for a smaller battery as well, probably a Harley Davidson one or a motorcycle battery will be replacing this large one, so we can get the oil catch can over to this side. But I want to do it all in one fail swoop. I do want to replace the second fan, so you can run a twin fan setup on the front of these. So I am still looking for a secondary fan or a twin fan setup for the front of a VTS or a 106 GTI, but I think I have one. I have a lead on one, which is very, very exciting news. But it is about collecting parts for me on this one, and then we'll jump straight into the build with the head gasket going, and with it sort of being left for a couple of weeks. It is sort of heartbreaking for me to not use this car at the moment, especially in the summer sun, with the B roads all clear and sunny and lovely. It's just one of those things though, and I'm happy that I'm going to keep this for a little bit longer than I wanted to. You know, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, everything has a sale date on the channel. That's just how all of this works. But I'm really, really excited to actually get on with this. Collecting parts is a bit of a nightmare, especially when you have multiple cars and multiple builds going on and multiple businesses you're trying to look after at the same time. So I'm really, really sorry that I didn't show you guys this sooner, and I didn't go and grab that in parts sooner. Ferries have been a nightmare, COVID-19, all that sort of business. But I'm so happy to show you guys what is coming in the next couple of weeks or a month's time, depending on when I can get this thing booked in, properly stripped down, head gasket replaced, get the polish and ported head done, ready to slot into this engine bay with the new air filter. But of course, I will be showing you all of that once it comes to it. So please be very patient as You were fantastically with the RS. Unfortunately, that took a lot longer than usual, but that's cars for you. Things take a lot longer these days. Series 1 is getting there as well. We have that booked in next week to get the fuel pump relay done. So very, very exciting news for that. So there will be a video of that coming up very, very shortly. Remember, guys, there is a drop tonight, 6 p.m, when this video goes up, of the new air fresheners and the limited run posters signed for authenticity of the GTI and the Series 1. They are up right now on the fydapparel.com website. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Impromptu video as usual, just trying to smash it out and show you guys, keep you up to date, keep the transparency alive on this channel as well. I'm going to leave you guys with the thought of this revving round with the cat cams in it, with the polished and ported head, with that Pug Sport exhaust system roaring. It is coming, guys. I cannot wait. Anyway, guys, from me and the 106, thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a positive comment in the comments below. Subscribe for the build on the 106 and the RS and the Series 1. And I'll see you all on the next one.